Hello, today we're going to be looking at how to manage the church's license. So the reason the license may be required to change or to be managed would be maybe the records in the database are exceeding the number that you may have in the church, or you would like to move other people to inactive. So by inactive and active, what anatomy means is active members are all the people where they are involved in the life of the church. They're involved in rostering and follow-ups and groups and meetings, courses and conferences, whatever it may be, one or more activities in the church. So those are considered active records on anatomy. And those will be considered part of your license. So you can have from active, inactive, deceased, and you can also have contacts on anatomy. So with contacts will be all the records for communication purposes, whether via SMS or email. Those records do not count towards your license. You can add as many as you'd like. So as the church grows, or you would like to clean up your database and you see that the database has people that we only just communicate with and they do not need to be part of the license size, then you can move them over to your contact, where you can still communicate with them via SMS or email, and you can also choose what type of contacts they are, but they can be put in separately where they do not get billed on your license size. And then you also have inactive members, whereby you can change people's status from active to inactive, which means their record will remain intact, so it will not change, but they will not be part of the church's database anymore. So it may be considered as someone who's just been removed. You can activate them at a later stage if you choose, and their profile and their record will be as you left it last. So the church may do that for a season, or they may just move contact over to contacts, or they can just change it to inactive, or whichever one is more comfortable. And people may have left the church, so whichever option that you would like to use, anatomy makes it easy for you to manage the church's database at your own will. So first we're going to look at the People's tab. So if you would like to make a bulk of records, inactive or contacts and that kind of thing, you can come here, and then I will just choose a few. You can filter according to the people that you would like to remove. So if you know their role that they have in anatomy and you would just like to filter according to that role and remove people with that certain role, you're more than welcome to do so. I'm just going to select a few, and then what you do, you will come, as you can see these tabs here. So I'm going to go to update status, and then I'm going to mark them as inactive. So as you can see, what happens is anatomy would like to ask you for a reason why these records are being marked as inactive. And another thing is, once you've marked them as inactive and you've put in your reasoning, they will no longer be part of the 562 or the number that the church database may currently exist in. Then you'll put in your reasoning, and then the database will be like that. And as you can see, now the active database is sitting at 555 instead of 562 as when we started. So that's one way to do it. The other way is, as you can see, we've got this tab here for contacts. So you can add people here on contacts, and then on their profile, you can just mark it as inactive. If that option will work for you as a church, you just come to their profile and you mark them inactive. Or those guys who've left the church, you can just also select and say, okay, I know this couple and these people have actually left the church, so you go to them, and again you go to update status, and then you just select left the church, and then anatomy will change it again, so the record size will also drop again. So then this is one way for you to manage and see how the database for the church is looking, and how you can easily work out who needs to be part of the active and who should be moved to either contact or inactive or left the church. So whichever option you may have, you can exercise whatever you would like to do. So we also have maintenance here. So maintenance is here, so you can see if there are any duplicates existing in the database. So when it comes to duplicates, you can come here and you will see, okay, this person's profile has been created more than once, and then you can come and merge this file and then create it into one. So once all these duplicates have been merged, then you will actually have more space in your license because you would have freed up more records to add more people in. Hopefully this has been helpful, and you will be able to start being able to change the license size of the church by active, inactive, left the church, or contacts, whichever option which will help the church minimizing costs and keeping the database clean and the way you would like it to be. Thank you.